Welcome back to the opposite of Jammin' Games. We're here to talk about Magic instead of play it today.
Let's do Jammin' Discussions.
Jammin' Discussions. That's stupid.
It kind of is.
Vote on that in the comments. We're here today to talk about the... there's been some bans, but the big thing is there was a change to Companion. And I'm just going to jump right in.
Yeah, what's the rule? Go over the rule.
Yeah, number one, the rule is you can't just cast your Companion from the Companion zone or your sideboard anymore. You have to pay 3 mana to put it into your hand from your sideboard at sorcery speed.
Yes.
And then cast it later. I think...
this is very different than what we thought was going to happen.
Well, I guess the first thing I was going to say is I think they saw this coming.
Yeah.
Because on the cards, it doesn't say what Companion is. They didn't want to have to make the card have the wrong text on it. And so they were careful to say Companion means it gets to go on your sideboard, but there's no details on what it does after that.
Yeah.
And so I think that Wizards was like, okay, this is kind of pushing the power level a little bit. And then secondly, I think this completely kills it.
It is tough to pay 3 mana at sorcery speed and then cast your Companion. It makes the cheapest Companion cost 6 mana.
Yeah.
Which is Lurrus.
Yeah.
Which was the best Companion, but there's a strong chance he now becomes the worst Companion.
Yeah.
In the Companion zone.
So
I can see a strong argument to like have him index.
Yeah.
And I think he's the only Companion that kind of can go index. But him in the Companion zone is kind of a rough place to be.
I'm a little bit salty they didn't unban him in Legacy.
Oh, and like Legacy and Vintage.
Because all I really wanted was to play Lurrus in Death and Taxes. I didn't even want to put him in Companion Zone. I just wanted to play it.
They just want him in your deck?
Yeah, I just wanted to rebuy my stuff because I got good stuff that'll die. And I'm sad that they didn't. Hopefully, I mean, maybe they did it on purpose because I think it's still pretty good in Legacy.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know. True Name Nemesis is in Legacy. Like, there's a lot of really good 3-drops in Legacy. Being able to rebuy a card isn't that strong. So I'm not super sold on Lurrus being out.
It's I don't know. It's a tough decision. We'll see how things go for a while here, but
yeah,
a lot of decks are going to be changing. That's just what this past that's what 2020 has been. It's just changing decks.
Yeah, I'm not that mad about it.
Yeah,
I feel like things change.
I feel like every month we've had a different set of top 5 decks in every format.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, it's been quite the ride.
Yeah, so I can see. So let's talk about the Companion rule for a second. If it's instant speed, I can see it being much better. Where you just in turn get it into your hand, untap, slam a Lurrus, get something back.
I think it's very playable if it's instant speed.
Yeah,
it being sorcery speed, just sorcery speed drawing a card for 3 mana and then still having to pay for it is just rough. The only time you're doing that is turn 12 when you're both empty-handed. And you just need to do something.
So I was watching. We had a pretty competitive modern tournament in the Geeker yesterday, and the finals were Lurrus Jund versus Lurrus Grixis Death Shadow. And I don't think there was any point in the game where either player could have afforded to pay 3 mana to get their Lurrus, cast their Lurrus, and then get no value out of it at 6 mana.
There were also some times where Death Shadow didn't have 3 mana. They just
yeah.
There's never a point where they could have even attempted to do this. And if they do get 3 mana and they're not immediately doing something, the game just ends. You can't take off a turn to draw a card that you can't cast until the next turn, and then it's in your hand.
Yeah. It's the death knell, I think.
Yeah.
I wish they would have had a more. I don't know. I think a lot of people were very upset about Companions. I don't mean to understate that.
Yeah, I think Companion just is too good, or was too good.
Mm.
It was just a free 8th card. Just about any deck could do it. And, there was zero downside to doing it.
Yeah.
Even still, Humans still gets to run Giganta for free.
I don't think Humans will run Giganta for free any longer. Humans, 5 mana was, a huge stretch. I don't think that was even right to run Giganta, to be quite honest. But at 8 mana, it's not a deal you can possibly take. And you can't use Ziggurats to pay for it. It is
Yeah, you can't. It's because it's not paying. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. Well.
So, I think that decks that'll still exist, I can see 80 card Yorion piles having a spot for this.
Yeah, I think Niv Mizzet piles and the Yorion piles that are the Bant Ramp versions still run Yorion kind of easily almost.
Yeah.
Instead of just being on turn 5, if I got nothing going on, you just get to cast it. You just cast it on turn 8 when you just pay the 3, play Yorion, and you're just empty-handed to draw 4 cards.
Even then, I can see it if your curve just doesn't line up or something, just
do
it on
off.
turn 3, pick it up. You're playing a deck that wants to go up on cards. It's a good way to go up on cards. I can see that still being around. I was thinking about Legacy again, where I can't play Lurrus in Death and Taxes, and it's a fucking travesty. And I think that you probably can't unban Luris unless you unban Zerda. And I don't think they just want Zerda in decks.
Zerda's weird because he still just goes infinite with Grim
He
Monolith
does,
super
yeah.
easily.
Yeah.
And Grim Monolith just pays for the effect to put him in your hand. So you're kind of like a turn slower, basically, if you're trying to play the Zerda decks.
Yeah.
Which, like, maybe is too good. I think it's a tough call, though.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Zerda's...
Also, the Garuda combo is dead now.
The Garuda combo is dead in the water. I hope you didn't buy Spark Doubles because they're going back to 60 cents. I don't know how much they are now.
Yeah, because LED and Legacy just makes you discard all of them, and you need 9 mana now to try and combo
You have to draw
off.
3 LEDs?
Yeah.
That's a tough rate.
Yeah. Or, like, Ancient Tomb, Lotus Petal, LED.
Easy.
It's like, you just need so many specific cards now to, like, actually try to play that deck.
Yeah. So it's... I guess the takeaway is that everything's different again. We got to play in this meta for a little while, and at the very least, not at the very least, everything's different. None of these decks are going to exist tomorrow.
Some Yorion piles I think will exist. What are all the companions that I think Yorion's like the only one that like
there's a Luris mid-range pile was like the deck, and you just picked whatever colors you wanted to recur Mishra's Bauble in. And
but now it's just like seems underwhelming almost.
It does.
To like try and play a 3-mana creature that isn't 3 mana anymore.
do you think people start running them in the main now that they've seen? I mean, Luris is really good.
Out of all the companions, I think Luris is worth running in the main.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's good enough where if you put him in your main board as some number of copies, it's probably fine.
I think he slots most easily into Death Shadow because Jund, now that it doesn't have Luris, is going to start to want to start running Blood Braids and Lilianas again and bring their curve back up, whereas Grixis Death Shadow can still get the payoffs on the low end. And Grixis Death Shadow already ran Mishra's Bauble before Luris existed.
Yeah, it's always run. It's almost always run Mishra's Bauble, I believe. Yeah.
And so I think it gets to be an easy include there, where previously it was.
I mean, the trade-off is instead of running your Delve creature, so Gurmag Angler, you just slotted 4 Luris, or probably not 4, probably like 3,
2 or 3. I
Yeah.
mean, read behind a Death Shadow is so much better than every other creature in that deck. It's like a Gurmag Angler for 1 mana.
I mean, if Luris still goes unanswered, it's unbeatable usually.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, like, I don't know. Like, this is just such a big change.
It is such a huge. It's hard to say what's going to happen. The meta is so big and it moves so fast, and there's so many people testing. We have no idea what's going to happen. I hope that Obosh Cruel was a deck that we posted a video of it 2 days ago, and it just stomped me into oblivion for an hour.
I don't know what to think of Obosh right now.
I
feel like he's just because the reason Obosh was great in that deck is because it gave you a really fast clock.
Yeah.
But now you don't get that fast clock anymore. You have to take off a turn of playing a threat, and then the next turn still play Obosh, and hope your creatures or threats still are around. Yep. I think it's like maybe it's still free to run, but I feel like you'd rather throw like Bloodbraid Elves back in the deck. You'd rather add. I think that's the only card. I'd rather put Bloodbraid Elves in the deck. I think it's the secret.
I don't know, man. The Obosh makes everything so difficult. The deck has enough mana; it can make mana pretty easily. But like, obviously, I hope it sucks now because I can't use it.
You really dislike that deck, huh?
It's really good. It's a very, very good deck. Suddenly,
what do you think the new top decks will be?
I think it's going to be the old decks. I think a lot of the old things are going to come
just from
back.
like 2 months ago, or whatever, like before Ikoria.
Whatever was good before you had an extra card in your hand. I think those decks will start becoming good again. I think that's where it'll start, at least. So, I mean, also this is going to segue into Standard. In Standard's a lot slower. Mana is a lot more plentiful.
Yeah.
I still don't think this makes Companions good there.
No. I don't think so either.
Yeah.
There's probably an argument if Fires didn't get banned, the Companions could have been fine.
Sure.
You just pay 3 mana and then just play the Companion.
Easy mode.
But now you don't have Fires. Yeah. It's still a tough call. Like, maybe the slow control decks with Yorion. Somehow I think Yorion's like the only one that'll stick around.
Yorion, you build to be a slow deck that's going to eventually grind the game out. And you don't care if it costs 3 more mana to eventually grind the game out.
You're trying to get to a point where you're either both empty-handed or you're up 1 or 2 cards. Mm-hmm. And, like, just having a free 8th card still, like, even if it costs 8 mana, is kind of fine.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah. I think that, I mean, the Luca piles, where they Shark Typhoon into whatever the hell.
Into Agent of Treacheries.
Yeah, that was... Oh, fuck. That's dead, too.
Yeah.
All right. So standard is going to be very different. I didn't realize that when I started that sentence. Yeah. It's hard to say where things are going to go. I think that...
Every format kind of got tossed in the air with the companion change.
Well,
Legacy, a little bit, but like...
There's a lot of cards that came out in Ikoria that I think have pushed power levels that people didn't get to check because really...
Companions are just too good.
Yeah, if you can lure us back a Seal of Fire, who gives a shit about whatever else is going on in the format? Like,
Yeah.
you can lure us back, what is it? Engineer Explosives?
God, that was
Yeah,
so good.
try
Yeah.
anything when that's possible. It's really, really hard to do. And so there's a lot of cards in Ikoria that I think have a sufficient power level to do something.
I agree.
Yeah.
I do think... I don't know, like Shark Typhoon's cool, but I can't name like another card
I gotta
from
tell
Standard.
you, I am really high on Shark Typhoon.
Yeah?
I think that like casting it, if like in a control mirror, if you can resolve it, essentially every time you spin your wheels, you get further and further ahead, and that's all really control decks do. But having an uncounterable instant speed draw card threat
That,
is
like,
just like
can't...
so good. That's very, very good.
Yep.
People should play that. Maybe Miracles.
Miracles, yeah.
Legacy.
You want me to start playing it in
It's
Miracles?
way
Legacy?
better than whatever the hell the other one is.
Accumulated
I
knowledge?
honestly, no. Entreat.
Yeah, you just get 4 of those better than one Street.
I honestly think it's not that bad. I like legitimately, with entire sincerity, I think it's a pretty good card.
Nope.
Okay,
You're wrong.
This video is getting ready to end.
Yeah, I don't know if we got much. I think we've covered most of the companion
We
change.
tread the territory we wanted to. Here's a fun fact. Did you know Magic 2021 comes out in 24 days? Because I didn't know that, and I own a store.
Did you know Ugin the Spirit Dragon and Grim Tutor are going to be in that set? Maybe.
Are they really?
Yeah, there's like the I don't know if I want this in the video.
Yeah,
but like for the last like 3 months, there's been leaks for everything, and there's been like one dude who's been correct about like everything, and he released Grim Tutor and Ugin the Spirit Dragon are going to be in the next set.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so buy a bunch of it.
I don't know if this is true at all.
No,
these
it's
are just
true.
like all the rumor mills.
We
But
sell it on our website, geekery.games. We'll sell you booster boxes for $105 shipped. That's the deal.
with shipping.
Shipped? No, yeah.
Why did you say shipped?
Look, we ship at $105. Stop paying us. Give us $105. Stop right there. You'll get the
Just
booster box.
includes shipping.
Shipped. They understand. They understand what I'm saying.
They don't. They'll
Thank you
agree
so
with
much
me.
for watching. Yeah, well, just whatever, dude. I don't know. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time.
Yeah, Grim Tutor and Ugin Spirit Dragon are going to be the next set.
Ooh, boy.
And it was the same person.